Hey, what's up everybody? This is Nightwing2303 from KicksOnCourt.com. Today I have a quick look at the, what is it? The Nike KD5 Elite. This is actually the Nike Plus version that dropped this past weekend. And then I also have, I got my second pair of, what do you call it? The 8s. Sorry, I was thinking about some other stuff, so my brain's kind of like scattered right now. But yeah, so I got my second pair of these. I got these from SneakerCrew.com. This one I got in a size 9 instead of the 8.5. I ended up getting the 8.5 like well after I had pre-ordered these. Didn't know that they were going to sell out. So, but I am glad that I got two pairs because again, this is one of my favorite colorways, and I have been wearing the heck out of my other ones. So pretty soon the paint will be cracking and all that kind of good stuff. So glad I have a second pair just in case. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the KDs. Alright guys, so here is the KD5. Before I get started, I just want to give a huge shout out to Hess Kicks. Everybody pretty much knows who he is already. However, he hit me up like super random. It was on the, I believe it was on the release date that Saturday. I'm not sure. I was at work and I was going to go to the mall that night and like see if they had any sizes left and all that stuff. But basically he DM'd me on Twitter and he was like, "Hey bro, I'm over at the employee store. Did you want anything?" And I was kind of like, "What?" Okay, you know. And so like I was like, "Well, can you check to see if they got the KD5 Elite?" Thinking like, "Oh, that they just released today. There's no way in hell they're gonna actually be there." Because I have like this weird thing where like hookups and lookouts and things like that, like I just feel kind of awkward taking them, even though I know it's not a bad thing. But that's just kind of how I feel sometimes. So it's hard to explain, but I've always had to like earn things for myself. So like, you know, accepting help from other people is kind of like, I don't know, it's just foreign to me. So it just feels a little bit awkward. But basically, he said, yeah, they got them here, and they were literally like marked down half off because it's at the employee store. So it saved me $100. And I'm going to have to review all of these Elite series, which is going to cost me an arm and a leg. So I was like, screw it, I'll just get them. So, so real big thank you to you, to Hess, and really appreciate it because you literally like saved me $100. So, which is really awesome. And I'm still going to have to get the LeBron 10s. And then there was the other one too. Oh, the Kobe's. So I'm going to have to get all of those to performance tests and all that stuff, and I don't get hookups from Nike or anything. I don't know any Nike reps, so, you know, so like it's not like they send me these things for free, so this all comes out of my pocket. But yeah, so this is the KD5 Elite. Basically, it's just a Flywire upper. It's a super thin Flywire. It's like, man, I can't remember what shoe it was. I think it was a Kobe or something, but I can't remember. But that was the last shoe I can remember that had this kind of like upper with this like thin, like fused Flywire upper and stuff. So I didn't know what size to get because I hadn't tried them on, so I just, you know, took a long shot and was just like, yo, just get me a size 9, just to kind of play it safe. And you know, I have a pair of size 9 that's the Nike ID KD5s, and those ones fit me a little bit long. And then I have the size 8.5 for the DMVs, which is the pair that I play ball in, and those ones fit me perfectly. These guys fit perfect, so they are true to size. However, as soon as I stuck my foot in there, I had a huge flashback of pain from when I was breaking in the KDs right along here. Same exact spots, right where that tongue... Right where the tongue is attached to the upper right there. Man, that part hurts like hell. So I'm not gonna enjoy the breaking process again. I thought I was done with that. But yeah, I'll do that again. The shoe is really stiff. The tech is Caged Zoom. So Caged Zoom Air is literally like what it's called. It's caged. I was hoping, you know, having the forefoot and heel decoupled was going to be awesome, but there's no move in this. There's no range of motion added or anything like that. It's just stiff. From trying them on, it doesn't feel like it's going to be too big of a problem, mostly because of the transitional toe right here. So transition is going to be pretty easy, at least from a front to back standpoint, and as long as I kind of stay on my toes, it shouldn't be too bad when, you know, with this whole like piece being super stiff like that. But basically, Cage Zoom Air is a very high volume or large volume zoom unit. It's this entire thickness, and typically you can't put these in. So you can, but like if you put it in Phylon, sometimes it feels a little bit too mushy. Zoom Soldier 7, or no, it was a LeBron 7 postseasons. They kind of look like the Jordan 11s. Like those ones had this size zoom unit in the heel, and they were real mushy. And so like when I would step on my heel, I'd kind of sink into the shoe. So basically, the Cage Zoom is just an additional support feature. Sort of like the Mellow M8 as well. The Mellow M8 didn't technically have Cage Zoom, but it did have a cage around the zoom, so it was kind of the same thing. So, but yeah, but this cage kind of extends up to the front, and then I believe the forefoot still has that thin 10mm unit. I can't actually feel it because this is a Nike Plus version, and I can't pull the insole out all the way because it's glued in there. So one thing that I do not like about Nike Plus systems, for one, is that the midsoles are a little bit more firm because of this whole like system here, and then second thing is that they don't really put that flush. So I'm talking about that little black thing. So like, yeah, I could feel that underneath my arch, and I don't like the way that feels. So I hope that Nike can like make that a little bit more flush with their future models that feature Plus, because I really don't like how it feels when that thing's pressing into my arch and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much the tech. You have carbon fiber here, and the original KD5 had the Phylon wrap up. I actually like the way that this looks a lot better. It looks really clean and smooth. And then this one kind of looks like you got like one of those like shock shoes. Like, I don't know if you've seen them, but like it looks like this, but it's got a spring right there. It's for like older people that like have like some sort of like hip issues or something like that. I can't remember, but it's like a weird shoe, and it's got literally like a spring in the heel. That's what these look like. So, you know, that in my opinion, the looks on these are just a big fail. But tech-wise, performance-wise, who knows? The translucent rubber is actually really hard. It's not pliable at all. This is just like the translucent rubber that they use on the KD4s. So hopefully it performs well. On clean courts it'll probably perform really well. Probably be real sticky. On dusty floors, that's a crapshoot. Sometimes clear soles work great, and then other times they like literally stick. All the dust sticks to it. So who knows? There's some increased ventilation along the tongue here. So you can see that, but the tongue is super thin. It doesn't feel very good. Just from wearing them, I like the other tongue a little bit more. It's got more padding. And then, let's see, there's something else. That's pretty much it. Like, there's these like little dots here, but they're literally no airflow. I thought that was going to be for ventilation, but when you like blow air through it, like no air comes out on the other side. So that's kind of stupid. So, yeah, that is pretty much it. So sorry for the long video. I was trying to keep this down as like a quick look, but there is tech involved, so I guess I'll just like, you know, go over that. But yeah, they fit true to size. They're narrow. They're gonna need some break-in time. It shouldn't be too bad because the upper is thin, but who knows? I know that hot spot's gonna kill me though. I really didn't like that part of the KD5s, but you know, once they broke in, they just kept getting better and better. So hopefully the same thing happens here. And that's pretty much it. I don't have time to do an on feet. I have been getting requests to do on feet for those Bugs Bunny 8s. So I guess I'll do a separate video for that and post it as quickly as I can, I guess. There are other videos of on feet, but apparently people want to see mine. I don't really understand that, but so yeah. And then if you guys want to see an on feet video of these, just let me know. I guess I could put them on with shorts, pants, and sweats and stuff like I usually do. So but yeah, just leave a comment. Let me know if you want to see what these look like on feet. And again, really big thank you to Hess Kicks, because you literally saved me some money. So I really appreciate that. And that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for all of your support. Stay tuned to my site, kicksoncourt.com, for all of your performance needs, including the performance review that is going to be upcoming on these guys here. So thanks again, and until next time, have a good one.